Hi. It's raining.
Hard.
Do you see the rain?
Hard.
This is how I work on pieces. And I have this guy that I use references, and I listen to Michael Crawford stuff. Very inspired and feeling much better. Other lights.
Mom? Hi.
It's JJ picking us up for dinner. This is amazing. I mean, I know it's like trafficy, but look at the city and the cloudies. Yeah, really.
Or like what all of your genes are doing and stuff, and then it also gives you your
My genes are just standing.
ancestry. Your genes are on your pod.
They also, she said that, and I'm talking about our host at the moment, who was was a former.
What does mitochondrial mean?
She got
mitochondrial.
She
What does
got
it mean?
information about almost all of her, like 500 and some odd relatives in the United States.
It has to do with the.
You got that too?
Well, you can connect
in the DNA.
Wow,
I
that's
can't remember how to explain it.
Hey, could you
So we need a hot plate.
clear?
That's really, really good. Thank you.
Strong source,
Yeah.
whether it's in their music or their teaching or their
Yeah.
art. I mean, to really pull in that kind of inspirited, inspired, to hold the spirit requires a tremendous amount of stillness.
Yeah, wonderfully said.
Kind of healing happening, and
Today we're headed to Gregangelo's house to meet him and have lunch and possibly play for this evolution.
One event, and that's why I have a memory.
Good. Well, I'm glad your memory's still That's what. How long you been playing together? You're lovers, partners,
This is
We're
our 10th
married.
year.
married, and
married.
performing together, and
Yeah.
working together, and
Yeah.
still
And
smiling at
traveling
each other.
together.
Oh, yeah.
Magical motherfucker. How
And
do you
we
do
love
it?
That's why, because she's
This is a magical motherfucker.
You look like a magical motherfucker.
Thank you.
Yay.
I love it.
What
That's
a
it.
nice
That's it. Well, lighten your load. Put your stuff
Yeah,
down. We'll
that's
do a
helpful.
little concert after lunch because we
Okay.
have another musician's coming. One of the guys who works here is a musician.
Cool.
We're doing a little kids show on Friday.
This is really cute and sweet and nice. It's all these, Who's that?
Hi.
Say hi. Hi, honey.
This is so fucking cute.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Look at this. You need that for your bag.
Thank you.
Please keep your feet in.
You got your own spotlight now, just don't look into it because it'll blind you.
Take your feet away, that's what they say.
Okay, my feet are in. My feet are in.
Novona Raum, non es ja now, in Tonula Stein den Krieg. Et halben Uhren neues Gewedes, Honung aus
Amazing.
Wow. Can you tell us just the artists in the room don't know about these artists. Can you tell us a little bit about them? I think it's better for another artist to explain another artist.
They just did it. I don't know. What did we say a proper word? Hey, Greg.
No history of the art. I've known Thoth since what, the 80s it's been. We've been on an arc of life of doing art, performing. I know one thing that was something that was a nice thing to honor an artist. There was a film that was made about him. I think it was
Before I met him.
Before you met him.
Yeah.
Tell us about that film.
A person named Sarah Kernigan made a film about me in 2001. It was released right after 9/11, so it disappeared. But then when the Academy got it, it got an Academy Award. Wow. And it was pretty good. And she had a biopic kind of, or I don't know how to describe it. Her idea of me was to be a kind of a morose, sad kind of character. So it has that kind of feeling about it.
But you're not like that at
But
all.
I'm not like that.
It didn't catch him laughing very much, and he laughs a lot.
Filmmakers find anything with a thing to do, whatever.
He laughs. I laugh. Yeah, I laugh a lot. But one of the important things about it and about life is that when that ended, I was on the Tonight Show. All sorts of things happened, but it felt like a finite path, and so I knew something else was coming, and that other something else was a being who would compliment me and who would also be able to teach her my violin method, and that was very special for me. And so now we do this together in a completely different way, in a much more theatrical and more recognizing of the Tao that we represent, the balance of the dark and light, male, female. So.
Thank you. Really,
That was
really.
amazing. Good vibes.
Like two of them together now. It's incredible. It's really, that's what I explain. That's what I want to hear. It's really beautiful.
Yeah,
And
thank
I
you.
say that for the benefit of our younger artists here, or to be like, just stick with you just stick with it.
Exactly.
Just stick with it. Don't let anybody fucking tell you you can't.
Yeah.
Because they're all gonna tell you you
They're
can't.
all
You
going
know.
to tell you you can.
Can we do a gentle one?
Yeah.
I definitely like it rough.
What does gentle mean, sweetie?
Gentle. The opening of the opera.
It's called Pantheon of Electric Beasties.
We performed it in Amsterdam with this brilliant actor named James Swanton, who we really want to work with again and again and again. Another weirdo.
And this gets as gentle as it gets, but it's still wild.
start bringing all of our artists to the streets where people are suffering so horribly, even though they think they're rich, and just they can ignore us all they want, but for them just to feel this.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
that's what you have to do.
And it's the only way to do it anymore.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, so.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, well, thank you for listening.
Is that a made-up language, or is that Italian?
It's our language for singing.
Oh, it's nice. It sounded almost Italian.
It sounds almost
You heard
Italian,
some
but
words in there?
it's amorphous. Mine is, as I keep going, I channel statements, and I like that because I want to see what comes out of me at a certain moment, what words will come out. So I leave it very open. Lila's not doing that as much as I do. She's a little bit, but I've been doing it for a longer time, so it's kind of like pushing that direction for me now. And when we change countries in Portugal, we'll use a lot of Portuguese sounds because they have a completely different sound structure to their language than we have. And when we travel, we just will do that.
I think I'm insane because I'm like, this isn't how life is. It's a new phenomenon that I'm not gonna, I can't do it. I won't. I'm not gonna succumb to it.
No, I'm not succumbing because this is what we've been prepared for.
Yeah, because it's becoming harder for artists to survive.
It's out of control.
You know,
I've never seen anything like
busking is harder than it ever was before to survive. People go, oh, they're actually, you know, they have a camera in their face. We see so many things.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
don't
people
see-
with things in their
we
face.
don't
They're not even
see,
looking at us
this.
anymore.
Eyes
We know,
anymore.
I know.
But we still do it.
Yeah.
No, it'll pass.
Yes.
It'll
You gotta
change.
keep breaking through. It'll change for sure.
Yes. We agree.
Be destroyed nor negated, it travels on forever. So the whole point of the second half of the tour is to face what happens to our energy and light, to look away from death and no longer be afraid of it. And then at the very end, to look back at civilization. So you guys are going to look back at civilization, having not yet died. So you're going to get to see a different perspective.
I don't know if that's the case.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my fucking god!
Exactly.
I feel like she belongs
I know. We're gonna shrink you down and just drop you. Right here.
This makes me so happy! Wow! Oh my god!
So normally, actually, we entered through the exit. Actually,
Can I go near that fish?
of course, please.
Fishies!
Please go near anything. We actually came through the exit of the room. That would normally be how we get out. We'd usually come from behind me here into this room. This room is the last room of the entire tour. Normally guests have spent 4 hours with me by the time we get to this room.
Wow.
And at this room, they've usually cried at some point already. They've probably laughed. They've probably felt fear. They've probably felt danger a little bit. We try to shove every emotion into you before the end. And at the end, this is kind of like, by the time they get here, they're usually like, it's like we've just like had sex 40 times. They're like, oh God, what's next? I can't anymore, please. And this room is sort of meant to kind of inspire happiness and joy, but it's also to look at life on a more visceral level. Love connects the room. Love sits at the center, two hearts intersecting and spiraling to every corner. But the opposite of love also sits at the center, this baby being born inside of a dragon's mouth. That is actually a version of a PSA.
That's
What in your life has been the opposite of love? What's come against love for you?
Fear.
Fear. Me too. That's always
Yeah, I
mine.
would have to say that. I can't say something different than that.
Yeah.
Fear.
Same for you?
And what else would there be?
Yeah. Is that a, so you express that too. Is that something that's on the horizon?
No.
No.
Not even close.
Fear?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely right. But
And if
There it
you're
is.
putting it out there and you're absorbing it, you're feeding each other's fears. Don't do that.
yeah.
Like, there's no reason for that whatsoever, because at the end of the day, you're not going anywhere. You look strong and healthy as shit to me. Okay? I just watched you.
Shit is pretty healthy.
I just watched you like call into the universe, literally call out and shout out into the universe. You ain't going anywhere unless that universe starts shouting back at you in the same way. All right. So
Thank you.
don't put those anywhere.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, don't even thank me. Thank yourselves. You got it in you. Each of us do. I mean, that's the whole point of the whole museum, the whole big deal. You're getting in like the very end slice of the cake, literally. It's time you just spent time to like appreciate what someone does for a living.
Back home again. That was successful.